I've been invited back for a second time. I'm going to do some stand up comedy. I'm going to try some new material and see how it goes. I'm a little nervous about it, but if I don't try, I won't find out. Please feel free to leave some feedback, good or bad. That's how we learn. Hope you enjoy.
Please welcome our next guest. He's an amazing photographer, and I love telling people this fact. I don't know if he's going to say it, but I'm going to say it for him. Is that he's actually afraid of wildlife, but he's a wildlife photographer, and he actually has the best photos of wildlife. It's like the wildlife know that you're scared of them, so they just tease you. They're like, "I'm just going to be a big burly bear trying to scare this beautiful human." Oh, and you're like, "Ah, it worked." Anyways, welcome Jason George to the stage.
Hello, how's everybody doing today? Cool. So this is the biggest crowd I've ever done stand up in front of. This is only the second time I've ever done it, so you guys are amazing. So last time I came up, it was September, and I had just released my first book on Canadian wildlife. It's actually for donation over there if you want to get it. Since then, I've actually released 4 books on learning disabilities because I didn't say my first word until I was 4 and I'm dyslexic. So I sort of talk about that and try to share my experiences with other people. And today's the 6th, so on Saturday I'm releasing my second book on African wildlife, if you want to show up at Wildwood. Cool. And if you follow me on YouTube today, my name's Jason George Photography. I have a couple free pictures that I'll give you. This is your point. You pull out your phone, you follow me, Jason George Photography. Cool. So the introduction I got today was a lot better than last time. Was anyone here last time, those 3 people? Okay, cool. So for the rest of you, actually, is anyone here married? Cool. Awesome. So we're gonna sort of talk about my life and my luck with women, or my lack of luck with women. So when I came up last time, Lyndsay actually told a story about when we first met. We met on Bumble, which is like Tinder, but for women to control things. And we match, and it's like, hey, let's hang out. She's like, no, I'm good. I've got a guy. Have a good one. Cool. Wish you luck. She introduces it last time, and she says that it was actually a fake person. It was a ghost. So that's how good my luck is with women, is that I'm getting turned down for fake people. So as a kid, when I started, like I was JK and I started having problems with women. My mom was getting phone calls every day, well, every week probably, being like, Jay's cuddling with this person, Jay's cuddling with this person, Jay cuddling. So I had a bad experience growing up with women. I just sort of was like, grade 12, I had my first date. I got my first girlfriend, and we're doing a lot of hand holding. It's awesome. If you're in grade 9. But I don't know much about that, so I'm like, this is cool, and I end up being the last guy I think that she ever dated. She's now married to a girl. Very happily married, but that's my luck. So in university, I'm like, I love dancing because I love the DJ when he's playing some good music, and this girl comes up and she's dancing with me and I'm having a good time, and all of a sudden this girl that I used to date walks up. Not a good thing in my mind. I'm like, oh no. They're best friends. And they are like, hey, let's go to the bathroom. I'm like, oh my goodness. They head to the bathroom, and like, I don't know, like guys, when we go to the bathroom, it's in, eyes forward, we do our thing, and we're out. Girls, you go in, you're like, hey, let's do our hair, our makeup, let's chat, let's talk, let's chat some more, do our hair, our makeup. You might not even go to the bathroom. So I'm like, well, this one I'm dating, this one I dated, this one I'm trying to date. It might not go so well in there, I don't know. So I'm like, I leave 3 days later, I run into that girl, and she's like, "Where'd you go?" I was like, "Well, we went into the bathroom." And she's like, "She gave you a positive review." And I was like, oh, I played my cards wrong that day. I had a first date once, and I don't eat vegetables, which I know that might offend some people, but I'm starting to eat more vegetables. But at this time in the story, I didn't eat vegetables. And we go out for Chinese food, and it's I see this wonton, I'm super excited, I'm like, yes! And I go to grab this bite of a wonton, I bite into it, it's an onion. Those two flavors are completely different. I puke. Spit it out. It's my first date with this girl, I don't know how well it's gonna go. Well, we go on a couple more dates, and I thought it was going well, and then I'm working Pride Parade selling beer, and she walks in on a date with another guy. They're now married and have 2 kids and happily afterward. Lucky for them. So when I was 21, I find this girl that I really like, and she's like, "Oh man, I'm gonna cornroll your hair." And I don't think anyone here would, I think I saw maybe one person who might cornroll their hair. So this girl calls up to me and she's like, "Yeah, I'll cornroll your hair." And I'm like, "Sweet, that's amazing." I go up to her house, she does something else, and it takes all night. So I go to bed and I wake up to her grandma screaming some of the most colorful words I've ever heard in my life. And I'm like, okay, cool, and I'm putting on my pants, and she grabs my ear and walks me physically to the door by my ear. I get a phone call from the girl, and she's like, "Jay, my grandpa will shoot you with one of his 7 shotguns next time he sees you. He doesn't like black people." No, I didn't date her anymore. I hope you guys understand why. So I sort of was like, maybe I shouldn't date Canadian girls. So I'm like, well, I go to France and I meet this lady, and she's talking to me, and I don't really speak much French, and I'm trying to catch a train, and all of a sudden she says something to me. She says she has a daughter at home that's 23. I don't know what that means, but I had to catch my train, so unfortunately I can't tell you what that actually means. I go to Ireland a little while later, and I go to this bar, it's called the George, and it's actually a gay bar, and I go in with a bunch of gays, lesbian, transsexuals, and we're in there, and I'm trying to get in, and the bouncer's not letting me in, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I just want to go hang out with my friend. He's like, fine, you can go in. And I'm in there, and I now understand why women hate guys. Guys are assholes when they're drunk and they want something. There was this guy in there, he wanted to touch, suck, lick, do things I don't even understand with me. But I got free drinks, so I guess that sort of made it okay. Nothing ever happened, don't worry. So I actually have had the ring conversation a couple times. There was one time these 3 girls were like, "Hey Jay, let's go mud wrestling," and I said, yeah. It was a great time. But no, honestly, one time I actually got down on one knee. But I was walking along a beach in Mallorca, and all of a sudden I see these girls in the water, and I actually got ready to pop the question, and I was like, "Oh, what's happening? Why are you guys freaking out?" And they're like, "We lost our ring." So I get in the water and I take my clothes off, well, not my boxers, and I throw my stuff, my bag down, because I actually had my snorkeling because I'm a weird wildlife photographer, and I get up in the water and I'm like, "Where did you lose it?" They're like, "Right here." And I get down on one knee and I actually end up finding the ring in the water, which is pretty cool. And I'm like, "Here you go." And she's like, "Oh, awesome." I'm like, "So can I have a picture to remember this moment?" She's like, "No." I should have waited until I actually asked the question to give her ring back. Her friends eventually convinced her that I should at least get her ring back. So one last story about my dating life. So I just got back from Jamaica in March, and there was this lady who calls my mom. And she's like, "Hey, I just wanted to talk to your son. I saw that picture of him in Trenchtown." I was in Trenchtown, which is a very dangerous place in Jamaica for some poor people. It's actually where Bob Marley actually learned to play the piano. He played like the only piano in town, which is pretty cool. And she's like, "I saw that picture and you're perfect. I need you for this blind date." I'm like, "Oh, cool. Like, yeah, I'll go on a blind date." She's like, "Yeah, I'll pay for you to come down. We'll pay for this and that, food, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Oh, man." She's like, "I want you on the beach." I'm like, "Oh, that's good. I love the beach." So I get there, and then in the morning she's like, hey, we're gonna do a bedroom scene. I'm like, ooh. Don't worry, it was a music video, not a fun blind date like you guys are all excited for me. I have a way better chance of finding a snowy owl or a Canadian cat in the wild. How's it going? So, what'd you think? Personally, I think some things went really well. Some things didn't go as well as I wanted. I missed a couple of the jokes I wanted to make, but overall, a couple people came up and said that I did a good job, and I liked what I did, and yeah, I can only grow from here. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you have a good one. Take care, have fun, be safe.